Welcome in to Game 50 of the 2025 Banana Ball World Tour. It came down to the wire yesterday, but a Kyle Jackson line drive was snared out of the sky by Sal Jacobo, securing a 5-3 Party Animals win to make it 9 straight victories for the boys in black and pink over the Bananas here in historic Grayson Stadium. They were boogieing early here this evening. It is another wonderful night for some Banana Ball action as Tyler Gillum and company have shaken up this Nanners starting lineup. They give Cowboy Kyle Lewis his first start of the tour as they try to solve this powerful Party Animal squad who turn to Sean Fluke, and we welcome you inside the broadcast booth. Happy Big Tiger Friday with Josh Talevsky. Biko Scala, thank you for spending your Friday evening with us here in virtual Banana Land. This Party Animal squad, now 11 games over 500. Clearly the best in the sport and just in cruise control, dominating every step of the way.
And let's not forget, they have won 14 of 18 games here in Grayson Stadium this season. That's a big reason why they've got such a sizable lead over the Savannah Bananas, already won the season series. And the Bananas, again, are trying to figure out ways they can beat the Party Animals before the Tour Championship. This is the last time these two teams square off here in Grayson Stadium, and that's why you see so many changes for the Savannah Bananas. Cowboy Kyle taking the mound from the jump, and of course some changes in the lineup as DR Meadows is out of the leadoff spot, actually batting second. It's Kyle Jackson who will be the man batting leadoff for the Savannah Bananas, hoping to jumpstart their offense.
It's the first time in his Banana Ball career that KJ is at the top of the lineup. And for more on that, let's get it down to SB.
Hey, Biko, Josh, well, if you are looking for a spark, you can find it in our man, KJ Jackson. KJ, leading off for the Bananas tonight. I know you are the definition of team guy, but what kind of spark do you hope to provide stepping into the batter's box first?
I hope to stay consistent, get on base for my team, and score a lot of runs.
That sounds like a good plan. Now, KJ, it wasn't long ago, just about a year ago, you were a visitor, new to this sport, new to the Banana Land. Leading off tonight, can you reflect on what it's been like, a journey going from just a visitor to now a mainstay here?
It was, the development from when I first joined to now has been insane. I came here with no thought of what I was going to be in the future, no plan with baseball, just trying to make a name for myself and do something for the crowd and the fans that support us, and it's been a blessing so far, and I've only been growing, and it's only the beginning.
KJ, actually saw some visitors meandering around tonight. Any advice for the new guys here?
Build connections, be brave, don't care what anyone thinks about you, you have nothing to lose, so go win.
Some good advice from a guy who seems to have figured it out so far. Excited to bring this spark to the starting spot for the leadoff batter tonight. Biko, Josh.
For this Nanners squad, let's take a look at some of the stars for this dominant Party Animals team. Offensively, you have to start with Skullhampton and Cosgrove.
Yeah, you have seen what these guys have been capable of doing. They've been utterly dominant here in Grayson Stadium, and the season numbers also incredible for these three individuals. You look at the totals there at the bottom. They have all combined for a .345 batting average, 28 home runs, 139 runs batted in, and an OPS north of 1,000. When you think about why this team has been so dominant, it's because of these guys who have primarily been batting in the first 4 spots in this order for the boys in black and pink, and again, are going to continue to carry this offense, even though we got some big and unfortunate news last night. For more on that, we send it down to correspondent Drake Toll.
Leg of Chase Achuff. Chase, last night you take a foul ball off the shin, and 8 to 10 weeks from now we'll see you in uniform again. First, take me through the moment it happened.
Yeah, when it happened, I mean, I've fouled balls off that part before, but I mean, when it hit, and I kind of knew instantly, tried to put weight on it, leg was shaking, went back to the dugout, and I mean, you know me, I fall down, I try to get back up, get back out there, but just couldn't do it yesterday.
Last night, X-ray, you get the news that it's going to be a little bit. What was your reaction to that?
Sad, of course. I mean, I want to be out here with the boys, but I mean, this team all year, it's been the next man up mentality. My boy Sal Jacobo is going to go out there, do what he does. He's going to be the best version of himself, and the boys are just going to carry and do what they do.
Your bat has been red hot. You lead the team in trick plays. You're one of the biggest pieces of the nucleus of the Party Animals roster. How will your role now off the field be just as impactful?
Yeah, I'm going to try to be at as many games as possible, try to be that voice in the dugout, maybe pick up some things I see from pitchers out there, maybe grab myself a clipboard, start charting. I mean, just try to make myself as useful as possible for these boys.
And how confident are you that even without your services, this team, the hottest in banana ball, can stay exactly that, hot?
I mean, I have the utmost confidence in them. I mean, this team has proven what we can do. They're going to be unstoppable, and they're going to go get a win today. Guarantee it.
Josh Biko, I'm hearing in my ears I should now pitch it to the Bananas starting lineup, but I don't know if I want to do that. Chase Achuff, thank you very much. Josh Biko, you take it.
All right, we're going to throw it to the Bananas starting lineup. Thanks, Chase.
Extra hitter, number 4, Kyle K.J. Jackson. Batting second to center fielder, number 5, DR the Doc Meadows. Batting third in left field, number 15, we call him Rat, Robert Anthony Cruz. In the cleanup spot, playing right field, number 2, Reese Superman Alexiadis. At DH, number 19, Dan Oberst. The catcher, number 1, the captain, Bill Leroy. At first base, wearing number 3, give it up for Eric Jones. At shortstop, number 6, he is our glove magician, Ryan Cox. At third base, number 18, Danny Do-It-All Hosley. And the second baseman, number 8, he is our greatest showman, Jackson Olsen. On the mound for your Savannah Bananas, number 12, from Richmond Hill, Georgia, Cowboy Kyle Louise. Your Savannah Bananas are managed by Tyler Gillum, assisted by Adam Virant, Eric Fox, and Reggie Ortiz. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, here to honor America with the singing of tonight's national anthem, please welcome Olivia Gerald.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, Olivia Gerald.
Time flies when you're having fun. How about this? You are watching game 50 of the 2025 Banana Ball World Tour, and it is going to be another thrilling battle between the Savannah Bananas and the Party Animals. They clash for a 36th time this year. The Animals 21 and 14 against their rivals, 2017 and 16 overall on the tour. Nanners 3 games under 500 and looking to even up this series. Here's how they line it up defensively. Left to right. In the outfield, it is Robert Anthony Cruz, D.R. Meadows, and Reese Alexiadis. In the infield, third to first, it is actually Danny Hosley at third. Kyle Jackson is the extra hitter here tonight. He was at third base yesterday for our noon start. Ryan Cox is at short. Jackson Olsen at second. Eric Jones Jr. at first. Bill Leroy is catching.
The graphics may deceive you a little bit, but it was Robert Anthony Cruz yesterday with 3 rack flips in left field. He's up to 29 trick plays, which actually is tied with as many as he had across all of 2024. He's got a chance to set a new career high in today's ballgame, and Kyle Jackson is 2 trick plays away from 50 in his rookie campaign. Has a great shot to possibly get it as he enters in later today.
Well, we welcome into the broadcast superstar graduate Michael Costa. Congratulations on that degree, my dear friend. The videos from upstate New York were absolutely thrilling here today. And Mike, he gets to look at one of his best friends in the world, Cowboy Kyle Lewicks, the 8-year banana, getting his first start of the tour.
His 14th overall outing on the year. Kyle has a 1-1 record this season and earned his 20th career win in Cincinnati last weekend. This is his first start since August 22nd, 2024, here in Grayson Stadium. And Kyle's career record here at home, 7-2 with a 4.88 earned run average, and averaging 3 outs in 4 minutes and 22 seconds with just 33 ball force sprints and 86 strikeouts in that span.
And here is the terrifying, not much better word to say it, Party Animals lineup that Cowboy Kyle is facing. Reese Hampton at the top, then Noah Fisher elevated to the 2-hole with Chase Achuff out for a couple months now. Jake Skoll in the 3 spot, Andy Cosgrove cleaning it up. Then Tanner Thomas, Dustin Baber, Jason Swan, Bryson Bloomer, Sal Jacobo in that shortstop spot, and Mike Vivacis rounding out the order.
Well, part of the reason Kyle was moved out of the rotation was because of the damage done by the first 3 guys in the Animals lineup. That is still what Kyle has to look out for here in this start. Hampton, Fisher, and Skoll all have great marks against the righty.
Let's get it to Shark.
Everybody, as loud as you can say it, we're going to say start the clock. If you're ready, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Showtime.
Showtime indeed, Sharkable. It came down to the final batter yesterday. Kyle Jackson was the game-winning run at the dish. The Bananas had the game-tying run at first. A great battle between he and Drew Gillespie before he lined out to end it all. Now the Nanners trying to even the series. That's a good start for Cowboy Kyle Lewicks. Bryson Wheeler behind the dish calling balls and strikes tonight. Says that one got the outside corner. Right back to the gas. And it's an 0-2 count on the switch hitting center fielder Reese Hampton. 3 straight fastballs. Cowboy Kyle says, sit down, son. What a way to start his ball game.
Well, right now, Cowboy Kyle enters the ballgame tied for the second best strikeout rate on the team. 18.5% of the batters he's faced have gone down on strikes this year, and Kyle racked up that strikeout in 21 seconds.
Noah Fisher, get yourself gas right down the middle. The 8-year banana. He looks juiced up for his first start of the year. That one fisted out into right. And Fisher on Cowboy Kyle's 5th pitch of the ball game, soft contact, finds turf in shallow right. And gives Lewicks a little adversity. Now he's got to get through the best hitter on the tour, Jake Skoll. Retook over the lead in batting average with a 3-hit performance last night. Drove in 3 runs to boot. He's hitting .376, leading the Party Animals with his .455 on base percentage. Can't connect on the heater there. Pacing the tour with his 1.186 OPS. Same goes for the .733 slugging percentage. 13 homers is already a tour record. I mean, I would be here all night If I continue to rattle off the accolades from the former first rounder, Scholes is at the peak of his powers this year.
And unsurprisingly, no other guy has more hits here in Grayson Stadium this year than Jake Scholl with 26, and also tied for the most home runs in this ballpark with 4.
Looks like Kyle took a little off the fastball there. Some cut movement on it. Payoff, Fisher takes off. Liner, diving play! And flipping over to first, Danny Hosley in the Scholl shift. Gets a double play. Lewix faces the minimum. That is a great start for this Nanners squad that needs it so badly.
Well, Fisher opted to take off thinking Lewix might issue the ball for sprint. Instead, it's a great play by Hosley, shifted over towards the shortstop spot, and EJ grabs a trick play, fielding that one between the legs at first.
Danny Do It All flashing the leather to end the top of the first. Here is how the Party Animals line it up defensively. Tonight, left to right in their outfield, it's Thomas Hampton and Scholl. In the infield, third to first, the Boomer, Jacobo, Baber, and Swan, while Vava gets the start with his buddy Fluke on the mound.
Well, yesterday was one of the finest defensive games of Dustin Baber's 2025 campaign. 5 trick plays for the Party Animals at second base. He really showed that he could dazzle with that glove, and it was a quiet ball game for the outfielders, but we're going to see if Tanner Thomas can possibly get to double digits in trick plays tonight.
Let's zoom in on Vava's battery mate, Mr. Sean Fluke, who is on one of the best streaks here pitching-wise of his illustrious 4-year Banana Ball career.
That's right, it's the 8th start of the tour for Sean Fluke, who has a 2-1 record in 2025. Since the start of May, Flukey has an ERA below 1 across 12 innings pitched with 8 hits, 3 ball, 4 sprints, 4 strikeouts, and he's averaging 3 outs in 3 minutes and 15 seconds.
Kyle Jackson gets his first career spot at the top of an order in Banana Ball. He flip-flops with DR Meadows. Then it's Rack going from the cleanup spot to number 3. Alexiadis moves up from the 5 hole. A lot of maneuvering with this Banana starting lineup. Then Oberst from 3 to 5. Leroy up to the 6 hole. EJ, Cox, Hosley, and Olsen to round it out. And this right here is why Tyler Gillum and company put KJ at the top of the lineup. A tour best 500 on base percentage. He never gives away an at-bat. The intensity is always there. Watches the patented 12-6 curve get the bottom of the zone, counting out 2-2. But he draws a lot of pitches from opponents' guys on the mound.
Well, he's also got more power in that bat than DR Meadows. He has the ability to leave the yard in one swing and get the Bananas a point. Instead, it's Flukey setting down Jackson with yet another strikeout. Yeah, Tarp's coming up early for Sean Fluke.
One batter in. This is a guy with only 1 run allowed across his last 12-plus innings pitched now. 12 1/3 with the strikeout to start his evening. Kid's feeling it. I mean, he is in his bag. It is slow, 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 and slower. But everything moves, and you really have to be patient against Fluke. We are Meadows behind 0-1.
Just to add to how strong he has been as of late, all 22 of the runs scored against Sean Fluke this season have been runs for the Savannah Bananas. Tailgaters and Firefighters are still yet to score against the right-hander and adapt to his arsenal on the pitcher's mound.
VR has always loved hitting against Fluke. He bounces this one to Bloomer. He pulls off the Professor. Tight one at first. Nice scoop by Swan. And the 360 out call from Seth Markham on a bang-bang play. Bloomer with trick play number 52 here on his 3rd World Tour. Makes it look easy.
Yeah, he's averaging over 1 per game for the Party Animals. Just a must-start game at the hot corner. And a guy who is occasionally going to dazzle you with something special like that Professor is Robert Anthony Cruz spoils the 1-0 and evens up the count.
Rack had been scuffling as of late. Grayson Wheeler makes the call himself, says that Rack went around. Cruz wanted an appeal to 3rd where Mark Cole is umpiring. Doesn't get it. Fastball, a rare one from Fluke. Can't sneak it by the former Nationals minor leaguer. Rack was scuffling a bit as of late, but drove in 3 yesterday and had both of the Bananas walk-offs.
Well, he told us after the ballgame he was working a lot on his pitch selection at the plate, and it seems to be paying off as he lines the 1-2 into right. Skull throws back to Swanee at first. Rack thinking about 2 bases, but slides back in safely, and Skull all smiles as he knew he put Rack to the test right there.
1 for 2 with the double yesterday. 1 for 1 here tonight. Now Reese Alexiadis made a home for himself in the 5-hole as of late. Elevated to the cleanup spot. Deservedly so, hitting .330, a .411 on base percentage. Leading the Bananas in second best on the tour with his 1.062 OPS. His on base percentage plus slugging. I mean, Super Reese is just doing everything you could possibly want for him if you are a Bananas fan. And he takes 4 bad ones from Fluke. Bad throw from Cosgrove to Jacobo. Rack could come around and score. It's through the infielders, now the outfielders. The throw from Skoll. Did Baba get a tag on? No, now he's waiting. Rack is not going to try and pull any evasive maneuvers. The tag eventually applied. The green light special. Base running system from Tyler Gillum in use, and the Party Animals were ready for the test. Scoreless first inning.
I don't hate the decision from Tyler Gillum there. It was a very sloppy start defensively on the ball 4 sprint defense for the Party Animals, but it was the transition between the outfielders. Thomas, Hampton, and Skull so quick they could offer that throw home to Mike Vivacis and watch him place the tag on Cruz to keep things scoreless through 1.
We head to the second, and we welcome into the broadcast a dear friend of the program, man who has been here a couple of years. Cowboy Kyle Lewis, great start to your night, my friend.
Jack, got your tongue, Biko? You too excited to talk to me?
Yeah, it's my first night on the job.
How you guys doing up there?
Tremendous. We're going to get through this together. So, first start of the year, and you faced the minimum thanks to that double play with Hosley behind you. What's working for you? What are you trying to do?
It feels like riding a bike. I feel like everything's working. Wish I could have had you guys call a couple pitches that inning. But, nonetheless, we got the job done. Good to see Haas over there at third. Just trying to put our guys in a chance to, win every inning and win the game,
We're not allowed to call pitches this inning or something? You got a problem with that?
Well, you went to the land of shadow and flame. I mean, you just absolutely disappeared. You turn us off. As soon as Josh starts talking, you just don't want to hear anything.
Classic.
Classic. Yeah, I mean, completely gone. It's not even like you're coming in and you're just absolutely, nothing, buddy. Nothing. But you can hear us.
Here, I'm giving him the sign out of the booth. He knows what to throw here.
Did you ask for a slider? We can still call pitches. That's a fastball.
That's what I called.
Swing and a miss for Andy Cosgrove. 4, 5, and 6. Kyle grinning. This is a guy he has dominated this year. Surprising because Cosgrove's been one of the best bats in the sport, but yet to get a hit off of Lewis.
Again, he was the first man to reach 50 runs batted in this season, but he is 0 for 9 against Cowboy Kyle to start his young banana ball career.
0-2.
I would have told him change.
Yeah, I was going to go slider. House divided. Uh-oh. Broadcaster's jinx in full effect. That one bounces on a hop off of the foul pole. It's going to be a ground rule double. And Indy Cosgrove has his first hit of the year against the pride of Richmond Hill.
It's a good start for the Party Animals. This isn't something that was necessarily crucial to their victory yesterday. They only had the leadoff man on twice to start innings and still scored 5 points against the Bananas. But a different ball game, and Tanner Thomas is now up, sitting 2 hits away from 200 in his banana ball career, and ahead in the count 1-0.
Tanner coming off a tough game, 0 for 5, but his last 2 outs were lineouts. Both balls scolded. Had the pleasure of talking to him down in the Party Animals dugout pregame. And said, you just can't be upset 2 for 5 in quality at-bats. He agreed, although he said much rather the box score reflect the barrels, which is fair enough. Ahead 3-1, Cosgrove off of second. And that one strikes well off the bat of Thomas. Olsen can't gobble it up. And Cosgrove station to station. Alexiadis, of course, has the cannon in right.
That one, another laser beam off the bat of Tanner Thomas. Puts him now 1 hit away from 200 in his career. And Cowboy Kyle in a little bit of a sticky situation, but now gets to battle against tonight's Dunkin' Donut batter of the game, Dustin Baber.
Who we're going to have mic'd up in the field in the bottom of the 4th inning tonight. It'll be fun to talk about this plate appearance right now. Runners on the corners, no outs. And the fans are looking for a strikeout. They won't get it. DR Meadows backpedaling. Cosgrove should be able to score, especially when the doctor goes behind the back with the catch. Plenty deep for the sacrifice fly. And the Animals on the board first.
Well, that's a textbook sac fly until you see DR Meadows catch this one behind his back. Much like we've seen Danny Hosley when he has roamed the outfield for the Savannah Bananas. Nonetheless, the doctor is now 12 trick plays away from reaching 100 in his 3rd Banana Ball World Tour. But the Party Animals do strike first, and Party Rock at home plate.
That ties DR with Chase Achuff for 2nd most on the tour. Tanner, excellent jump off first. He has 2nd without a throw. Out to a baker's dozen. Steals on the tour. He's only been caught once. And Jason Swan, one of the best hitters with runners in scoring position. Across the last 3 World Tours with a ball and a strike. Make it 2-1 now. Healthy cut, that one fouled to the parking lot. Swanee primarily has to look out for fastball and slider from Kyle, but as Josh called for earlier in the inning, he'll break out a changeup from time to time. Count runs full. Ball 4 scores another run for the Animals.
We've seen Swanee towards the top of the leaderboard when it comes to sprints with runners in scoring position. 6 of them for the Party Animals. Now Kyle set with Bill to deliver the payoff.
Liner, it is gonna be trouble. All the way to the wall it goes. Thomas scores from 2nd.
There's really no winning in that situation for Cowboy Kyle. You can't pitch around Jason Swan. The sprint still would have brought in a run. And unfortunately, Robert Anthony Cruz shaded in a little too shallow for a possible ball 4 sprint. Had no way to catch that one off the bat of Jason Swan, which turned into 2 bases.
Now Bryson Bloomer. What a spooky hitter to be hiding in the 8 hole. Party Animals' 3rd baseman, hitting .296, reaching base out of .417 clip here in his 3rd World Tour. He was the overall leader in runs driven in back in 2023. Battled multiple injuries last year, or else he would have been up there on the leaderboards once again. Robert Anthony Cruz battling the wind, comes away with an important 2nd out for Lewis. Heater dots the outside corner. 0-1 count on Sal Jacobo, who's about to get a lot more playing time. He's the Party Animals' 5th infielder. He can play at 3rd, short, 2nd, or 1st. Can't hold up on that slider. Swanee will get to 3rd on the wild pitch. Okobo behind 0-2. He took over for Swan for 6 straight games in late February. Spilling into March. He's playing a lot of first base then, but he's played all over the infield. He'll be doing a lot of shortstop over the next 2 months.
Well, this is something we've seen from the Party Animals over the past 2 seasons, bringing in a super utility guy to fill out the rest of that team. Unfortunately, the bat's still coming around for Sal Jacobo, and it is a second 3-pitch strikeout here in the ball game for Cowboy Kyle. But it's 2 runs tallied for the Animals. They'll try and get it to hold up in the bottom half of the second.
Both of Kyle's Ks have been as efficient as you can do it. And let's talk about some banana ball basics here in the middle of the second inning. Rule number 6, no walks allowed, which means when 4 balls are fired, it is a ball 4 sprint, as we saw to end the first inning. And you take a look at one of the best defenses of a ball 4 sprint last night. Bryson Bloomer, top of the 7th inning, with a big lead, trying to grab 2 bases on this. And take a look how quick it goes from Meadows to Alexiadis to Cruz. It is the tip drill from Alexiadis that makes that play possible at second.
Well, that was very much what the Party Animals did, so they could gun down Robert Anthony Cruz at home plate in the first inning. The goal is to get that transition in 7 seconds or less. But you want to look at an interesting statistic. It is the percentage of multi-base ball 4 sprints this season amongst the Bananas and Party Animals. So how many of their sprints do they get 2 or more bases? Danny Hosley, 5 of his 10 sprints, he's gotten 2nd or 3rd base on. Jake Skull and Jason Swan at 30% or better for the Party Animals. And then you've got the 2 Reeses rounding out the top 5. All of these guys, very intelligent base runners, and specifically with Jake Skull, we know how aggressive he gets trying to get 2 or more bases in the later stages of ball games.
Sean Fluke out for a second inning of work. There's the 12-6 curveball. Ball 1 to Dan Oberst. 5, 6, 7 in the lineup. Bill Leroy on deck. Eric Jones Jr. in the hole. A 2-run cushion for Fluke. Trying to turn those runs into a point. Dan Oberst puts a charge into this, deep to left. Warning track power. Tanner Thomas there to put it away.
A good blast off the bat of Dan Oberst. Just a little underneath that, and you can't even chalk it up to the wind or anything else keeping that one in the yard, as we do not see that flag in center field waving whatsoever right now.
Bill Leroy gets a taste of his own medicine. Peter fired behind the keister. And the 8-year Banana getting to catch his longtime roommate at the University of North Georgia, Kyle Lewis, and getting to hit behind his teammate Dan Oberst for the past 7 years in Banana Land. Bill's having a phenomenal tour with the bat. Homered yesterday, batting average up to 295. Big swing right there. It was his 4th bomb of the year. It's already tied his personal record of 4 bombs a year ago. He's reaching base at a 402 clip. I mean, you just can't ask for anything more from a guy who provides so much defense behind the dish. Jake Skull, what do you got for us? Tip it up, pull it in with the bare hand. Trick play, you bet. Number 27 on the year for the former first rounder.
It's back-to-back games for Jake Skull where he's got a trick play in right field for the Party Animals. We've always known that the offense has been his calling card here in Banana Ball, but he consistently gets better and better defensively, and specifically with those trick plays, the more he plays this game.
Luke drops down to get strike 1 to Eric Jones Jr. Smashed foul. That one struck well, right back up the middle. Good piece of 0-2 hitting from EJ. Seen Sean Fluke pull Chase Achuff from short plenty of times to deal with his arch nemesis. Of course, Achuff out for looks like 2 months after fouling the ball off of his shin yesterday. So Fluke on an island out there, and TJ able to get the single.
Yeah, oftentimes you're going to think that the Party Animals are going to miss Chase Achuff's consistent offense at the top of the lineup.
Right, stellar defense at short.
Maybe his trick plays at shortstop.
Yeah.
I wasn't forgetting that. But an underrated aspect, his ability to come into a ball game and pitch for Sean Fluke against EJ.
Guys
jumped the gun on me.
He's got a 0.00 whip. I was just too excited. Liner in this inning continues for the Nanners. Ryan Cox stays hot. And the inning tying run is on first. Danny Do-It-All coming up to the dish, representing the inning winning run. Ty Jackson, the designated runner, with Flash getting the weekend off. Takes over for Cox at first. He can pinch run one time every trip through the order. And how about the drama as Danny Hosley's walking up to some ACOM. See if Hosley can put a cherry on top of the walk-up. Ball and a strike. Always got to get your popcorn going. When these two guys square off, Danny Do-It-All trying to send it all the way to Tybee Island. Chance for the Party Animals. Bryson Bloomer. No, Salacobo sliding under Bloomer. Came away with it. A miraculous play to win the inning and give the Party Animals the lead.
Well, Thomas was the first man to react for the Party Animals. It looked like Bloomer, from our vantage point, might have been the one coming away with the snag. But here you see on the replay, Jacobo sliding underneath Bloomer, who had the opportunity, coming away with an inning-winning grab.
Get that on. Holy gosh, that was a remarkable play. Amazing that he got it in the first place. The fact that he had Bloomer shading him and blocking him from that ball coming down just adds levels to the difficulty right there. Unbelievable.
It's the distance of a Walmart parking lot, man.
Wow. Filling in for the unbelievably talented Chase Achuff, it's Sal Jacobo with an inning-winning play. Slap a star on that in your scorebook at home. The Banana Band will blast on the brass and dance us to the third inning. Party Animals up 1-0. And what's crazy is that shades of a Chase Achuff play he made last year right here in Grayson Stadium in the exact same spot. I mean, if you line those two plays up, it is going to be mind-boggling how similar they are.
Yeah, I think the only difference was that Chase Achuff had to avoid a pedicab out there.
That's right, but didn't have to avoid a Bryson Bloomer. So both guys certainly had their obstacles. The Banana Band, terrific as per usual, and Mike Vivacis leads off our third frame. Gets a fastball for strike one from Kyle Lewicks. Gave up 2 singles and a double in the second inning. That led to 2 runs. Outside of that, he has looked quite sharp, pounding the zone. One just barely misses. And right back in the count ahead, 1-2. Anthony Coromano not able to make the play at third.
Although he's pounded the zone pretty well, the key reason he's given up 2 of the hits tonight is he fell behind Tanner Thomas 3-1. Then ran the count full against Jason Swan 3-2. Did not want to issue the ball four sprint and likely left the banana ball a little more over the heart of the plate than he would have liked.
Gets this one in on the hands. Ryan Cox making the call. He will tip it and pull it in. Doing his best, Jake Skoll. tour leading 112th trick play for the glove magician. We go back to the top of the order. Reese Hampton struck out on 3 fastballs his first time. And naturally, Lewig shows off the changeup. Doesn't find the zone though, behind 1-0, and now he's gonna bring in Cox, Olsen, and Meadows for what feels like a safe guess is gonna be a 3-2-2 here. I think I've got a puncher's chance on being right. Wow, what a performance. DR with the acrobatics. And the heater up and out. 2 balls, no strikes on the former Tigers and Diamondbacks minor leaguer. Danny Hosley on the run into the stands, not caught by the fans. 2-1 now.
Over the last month of this World Tour, there has been no man better than Reese Hampton in banana ball, as he's got a .420 batting average, a .508 on base percentage. Nice. And has 6 home runs, 19 runs batted in.
Once again, doesn't offer up on the changeup. Lewig's not happy with the execution. And gives up his first sprint of the ball game. Bananas get it around the infield quickly. Now the outfielders, bang, bang at second, in time. Textbook sprint defense. And for a second straight ball game, impeccable work from Meadows, Alexiadis, and Rack, the last 3 guys who have to touch it. They got Bloomer yesterday, Hampton their victim today.
Back-to-back ball games where that ball 4 sprint defense has been on point for the Savannah Bananas. Hampton did not want to leave second base, hoping the Party Animals would challenge, but still early in this ball game, a lot more to play. Party Animals don't want to possibly waste a bigger opportunity in the later stages of this game. Only up a point here in the 3rd.
Noah Fisher digs in, single to right his first time, sends that a mile high to left. Robert Anthony Cruz squaring it up, backflipping, nailing the catch, striking a pose. And a 1-2-3 inning for Cowboy Kyle Lewig, thanks to superb defense behind him.
4th trick play of the ball game for the Bananas. A 3-minute and 5-second inning for Cowboy Kyle. And now it's time to go down to the field. Lexi Callahan's got our Bananas Foster Family of the Night.
There are over 400,000 children and teens in foster care without a permanent home. To raise awareness and support this community, we created Bananas Foster, the official nonprofit of Banana Ball. Our organization is dedicated to celebrating those in the foster care community while educating and inspiring others to get involved. Tonight, we are celebrating the Blackman family. Jacob and Christina, along with their 3 biological children, became licensed and are a foster family. They have been licensed for 13 years and have welcomed over 60 children and teens into their homes, as well as adopting 1 daughter into their family. Fans, please help us celebrate the Blackman family for making a difference in the foster care community.
One more time for tonight's Bananas Foster Family.
Great to see Reginald Horton keeping everybody down on the field hydrated. Been doing that here in historic Grayson Stadium for near quarter century now. Guy is built different. Energizer Bunny, heart of this organization.
And he's been, grinning from eye to eye like he normally does, but I think it's gotten just a bit wider because he's on the horizon of a very special day tomorrow. It's going to be a birthday for Reginald Horton.
You bet we'll be celebrating on the broadcast tomorrow night. Big day for the Regin. Big day for all of us in Banana Land because of it. The best thing the Savannah Sand Gnats did is not take Reggie up to Columbia, South Carolina. Bender misses wide to Jackson Olsen, just like it was for the Party Animals in the top half. Nanners have 10, 1, and 2 in their order due to swing it. Jackie, then Kyle Jackson and D.R. Meadows at the top. This one off the end of the bat. Tanner Thomas battling the sun on the run, snags it right on the fair foul line. And Sean Fluke, who has scattered 3 hits across 2 scoreless innings with a point earned so far tonight, continues floating the balls in there, throwing the outs.
I can already think of 3 or 4 instances now in this ball game, pretty much the entire second inning, and now this first out here in the third, where it's been the bender from Sean Fluke that a banana has gotten just underneath and been mostly soft contact with the exception of Dan Oberst's warning track shot.
Here's Fluke's lone strikeout victim on the night so far. Kyle Jackson behind 1 and 2. Went down swinging his first time, and Fluke is going to press pause on the game so we can watch Maceo pull off his patented wrecking ball dance. And now this one bounced to the right side. Jacobo ranging over 360, takes care of the speedy KJ. Sal, another impressive play, showing off the range once again tonight.
I mean, you get a little bit of a slower base runner, maybe an Eric Jones Jr. You can possibly try for a trick play if you're Sal Jacobo, but definitely respects the speed of Kyle Jackson enough to whip that one across the diamond as quickly as possible, as Fluke is possibly on the verge of a sub-2-minute frame.
Jacobo, once again, this time he gets it between the legs, pulls off the trick play, and quick work from Sean Fluke, who has thrown up 3 donuts tonight on the bump.
9 pitches for Sean Fluke in the third inning, and a 1 minute and 55-second frame as you get one more look at the smooth between the legs transition from Jacobo. Animals still up 1 through 3.
Let's get it down to some chicken pot pie.
Pop the balloon on a banana, then go to third, pop the balloon on their butt, and run all the way home to their wives to get a pie in the face. We call this one chicken pop pie. All right, gentlemen, on your marks, get set, go. All right, they are off to a hot start here, grabbing those balloons. Uh-oh, Nick lost his balloon. Buddy, you better get that balloon. There's a banana waiting for you. Jared's got his balloon, but Nick is not too far behind. Uh-oh, here we go. Oh, and he pops it right on the keister. Oh, there he goes. With a wonderful finish, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like Nick got the pie in the face first. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for chicken pop pie.
Excellent work, Mr. Isaac Cool. I'm a fan of the chicken pot pie. I love a chicken pot pie, too.
I'm just hungry now.
Oh, man. Our dear friend, Barry Aldridge, another friend of the program, coordinator of baseball operations for Fans First Entertainment.
Giver of pickles.
Giver of pickles, circa yesterday. Has chickens now. I was over checking out the estate yesterday. It's like 8 chickens in his garage. I don't know if that's... Maybe I shouldn't say that.
My neighbors have chickens.
I'm sure it's legal.
Yeah, when Rooster tries to wake me up. He does.
You should see the way Crash stares at these chickens. He's seeing chicken pot pies, man. He sees them, and he is slobbering at the mouth.
Looks like we're having to clean up some of this pot pie at home plate, too.
Yep, that's Zach Frangela work. You know, in It's Always Sunny Philadelphia, there's Charlie work. We've got Franz work. Well, Lewis, his first start of year number 8 in Banana Land. He's out there for a 4th inning. He's running the gauntlet. 3, 4, and 5, Skull, Cosgrove, and Thomas. The big boppers due to swinging.
I mean, excluding Nashville, since Lewis has come back from the torn meniscus, he's been really phenomenal for this Bananas team. It was only a matter of time before they had to give him a turn in the rotation once again. And he nails the corner inside against Jake Skull to jump ahead.
This one in on the hands. Looks like it's going to find some turf. Alexiadis is going to have to field it off a high hop. And Skull, after lining into a double play his first time, can't keep him off the bases very long. He gets a gift from the Banana Ball gods after a barrel turned into an out his first time. How often do we see that? How often do we get Andy Cosgrove's signature walk-ups? So do you think Andy is the man-child, or is he singing about a different man-child?
He is not the man-child.
Okay, that's fair. Because he's Sabrina Carpenter in this situation, and she's not the man-child. That makes sense. Andy started that 2-run second inning with the double. Bounced off the foul pole.
I have a question for you.
I might have an answer. This one lifted to right. Josh's question will have to wait for Reese Alexiadis to get a little tip. Drill, no! He boofs it. Skull read it well. Well, those tip drills are tougher than they look. Vast majority of the time, these guys nail them, but every once in a while, just a flex off the glove, a little funky. And Skull was halfway to second, immediately put his head down and was able to hustle it up, turn it into a trick play miss.
Well, in some way, muscle memory or something deceived Reese Alexiadis. He expected to tip that banana ball a little higher. Instead, falls very fast and winds up a trick play miss that puts 2 on for Tanner Thomas, who's ahead 1-0.
How about the lettuce on Mr. Tanner Thomas? That is a special. I'm gonna guess wig. I don't think it's natural. I don't want to point the finger, but that's a barrel. Tanner's starting to see beach balls once again. Straight to a hitter. Cox, the relay. Skull able to beat the wrap to third. And that's important because he's 90 feet away with less than 2 outs. Boy, Tanner hit the heck out of that ball.
The wig definitely gave him a little extra power. I feel like anytime you give Tanner Thomas some sort of aid, whether it's the big butt, the wig, he's got a little extra juice at the plate, and it's a productive out. Skull moves up to third, and I've heard word that the wig might be some kind of challenge between him and Dalton Malden as Jake Skull's trying to score as Cosgrove tried to force Kyle to pick him up. Bryson Wheeler says Skull slid in safely, and the decoy from Cosgrove leads to another run in the ball game for the Party Animals.
And Savannah looking a whole lot like Rocco's in Omaha right now. Jello shots for the Party Animals. Up a point in the ball game, now up a run here in the 4th inning. And Skull with 68,859th Jello shot deposited. That sounds accurate. Josh, you're the numbers guy here in Banana Land. And we'll get another look at the double steal. What a job. Skull broke immediately for home. As soon as that throw went to second, a little hesitation from Jackson Olsen. All it took for Skull's speed to be the difference.
Yeah, just a smart play by the Party Animals, trying to produce even outside of Dustin Baber being in a very advantageous situation. Now he's got a chance to tack on possibly a second run here in the inning for the Animals, who tally 2 in the second.
2-0 coming to our Dunkin' Donut batter of the game. Baber, who will be on the mic in the bottom of this 4th inning, deep to left. Rack will haul it in for the second out. And we'll get to ask Baber how much he missed that one by, because he thought he took Andy Archer deep yesterday. Wind was blowing in at that time. One of a few balls that Baber told us after the game he thought should have left the yard if Mother Nature was playing ball with us. Bill Leroy was able to defeat the wind, though. Put a ball on top of the roof on the left field landing. Grayson Swan starting to show more pop than ever before in his banana ball career here in year number 4, tour number 3. Doubled his first time. Mentioned it when it happened. He's now tied with Hampton for the tour lead. 15 doubles. This is a guy who missed 7 games with injury. We talked about the end of February, early March. He's got 4 home runs to boot as well.
He's seeing a slight difference in his spray chart, not necessarily putting the ball everywhere on the field, selling out a little more for power, and therefore pulling the ball a lot more to left field. Nonetheless, he is one of the most productive Party Animals batters within the top 3 in OPS plus for this squad.
Pitcher's pitch. Now a payoff coming. 3-2 with 2 down. Cosgrove off of second, 1 run already home. Swan doubled on a 3-2 his first time. He bounces this one back up the middle. The kid is too good. Andy getting a big stop sign from Coramano. DR has one of the best arms in Banana Land. The Party Animals assistant coach respects it. Runners at the corners now with 2 outs.
Well, that's where shifting in for the ball 4 sprint defense helps you immensely. A ball rolled into shallow center field. Meadows was already playing there, so he set up perfectly to offer the throw home. It was a wise decision by Anthony Coramado to hold up Cosgrove at third base. Surprising, honestly, that Mark Smith isn't in to run for him right now.
Ball and a strike on Bryson Bloomer, who flew out to left his first time. Yeah, Andy is pretty much automatically pinch run for when he's catching. But as the extra hitter, Baba letting him get his time on the base pads there. This one off the end of the bat. Cox between the legs over to first in time. And that will end the frame, but an unearned run against Cowboy Kyle after the trick play missed in right. The Party Animals capitalize. Aggressive base running on the double steal with Skull swiping home. And we hey baby here in Savannah, Georgia. Animals 3 outs away from doubling their lead if they could keep the Nanners off the board.
Time for a little hey baby. Come on, here we go, clap those hands. Come on, Savannah, hands up.
full capacity crowd here in Savannah. Hey Babyable, Zach Phillips Goofyable, and Dustin Baber Banana Fosterable a couple days ago. 24-hour live stream, 5 p.m. to 5 p.m. And then turnaround noon game yesterday. Back in action here tonight. Dalton Ponce, his new man on the mound, and we welcome in the Ginger Ninja himself to the broadcast. Baber, how are you feeling? How was the live stream?
It was phenomenal. The support that we got for an amazing cause was absolutely second to none. And it went way better than we could have ever hoped for.
Heck yeah. Well, we got Robert Anthony Cruz, Dalton Ponce coming off 4 scoreless innings. 1 run, it was unearned. Last weekend at Grand Rapids, Michigan. Boy, that was right to my chest if this dastardly net wasn't in the way. And still an 0-2 count on the Nanners 3-hitter. Alexiadis and Oberst due to swing it after rack. And your boys, if you could put up a 0, will lead 2 points to nothing. So what I really have to ask about, because I got to see a lot of clips from the stream, there's a lot of fun stuff as we get another foul ball back over the grandstand. How was the Hot Ones Challenge with my guys,
G.
SB, Drake, and Josh? Yeah, I was probably somewhere over Maryland, 35,000 feet high at the time, or else I would have been tackling the gauntlet with the boys. But it was, I think, a lot more fun to watch than to participate in for me personally.
Oh yeah, I've been a fan. I've been like almost a super fan, basically. Watch this right here. Ready to see me wiggle? Watch
Yes,
me wiggle.
I would like
Watch
this.
me wiggle. You ready for this?
Yeah, we're watching you. We're watching you and Ponce wiggle. I like the acoustic version here.
Oh yeah, this is beautiful. It's just gorgeous. That's the mood, you know? Really, really. But no, I've been a super fan of that show. I've watched, I think, almost every interview they've ever put out.
That's a lot.
And I love that show. I've always wanted to do the challenge, and this seemed like the perfect opportunity to do it and do it for a really good cause. And it went phenomenally. Apologies to Sam Bauman, who did not have fun. The rest of us were kind of pushing through and enjoying it. Sam from the rip was just struggling on wing number 1, so I love it.
I mean, this is a guy who doesn't like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches because jelly is too adventurous. He doesn't have cheese on his hamburgers because that's too risky. And you put him through the Hot Ones Challenge?
Yeah, I mean,
Foul territory, Swanee on the run.
Again, phenomenal cause. I thought it was great also to get BTV involved. You guys do an amazing job. And for the cause of Bananas Foster, I thought it was a perfect way to intertwine the two and do it for the entertainment of the crowd, and it all paid off.
Babes, I'll say it was an honor to be a part of the Hot Ones Challenge with you. We're now brothers for life, in my opinion. But I'm curious, where did the idea to do this live stream from Bananas Foster even come from? What were the other, highlight moments for you as well?
Oh, that's a piece, though.
That ball is destroyed.
I think it's coming down, though. Yeah, look at that.
It is coming down, but not in the glove of Reese Hampton. He tries to pull off the trick play. Oberst is going to leg out 3 bases on the trick play, missed.
He had him if he gets it out of the glove. Some other highlights. I want to shout out 2 players on the party animals, Sal Jacobo and Mark Smith. This was something I took on for 24 hours, and I took it upon myself, and I said, I want to do this. And I told all the guys, I just asked you to show up for 30 minutes to an hour. No more is needed. This is my burden to take here. And Sal and Mark, Sal himself stayed for 15 hours of the 24, which I couldn't even have imagined him doing that.
That's awesome.
And Mark in his own right, I think, stayed for 9 or 10.
Wow.
To do that, it just shows how many great people we have in this organization. So that's a highlight for me, is having those guys who just got here. Both of them are rookies, to show up and buy in and do it for such an amazing cause like Bananas Foster and sacrifice their time going into a 12 o'clock game. I just can't thank them enough, because they really made those 24 hours go by fast, and I appreciate them a lot.
I also don't want it to be forgotten that Mark Smith decided to have one of the last hot wings in the Hot Ones Challenge, and then found out had a milkshake and said to everybody he was lactose intolerant. Anyways, that aside, Bill Leroy has a roller to third, squirt under the glove of Bryson Bloomer. And so a trick play miss and an error lead to a tied inning here in the 4th for the Bananas. They've still got an opportunity for the walk-off with EJ at the plate.
Also, some other highlights, just to really quickly go through them.
Yes.
Appreciative of the interns that showed up to the Two Truths and a Lie. That again rejuvenated. I just needed people to come through and rejuvenate the energy.
Yeah.
It was running low, and all these people come through, and they would really like pick me back up. So that's another one that I really appreciated. He's gone.
Barrel diving play, Bryson Bloomer denies EJ extra bases. And the inning ends tied at a run each. Party Animals still lead by a point.
My arm would break if I threw it that far. But yeah, some other highlights really quickly.
Yes.
I want to go with Bryson Bloomer, the guy who just made the diving play. I want to go with him coming through at 11 o'clock at night, playing video games, a horror game that I know I hate, and I know he hates too, but it was for the entertainment. The Texas Tailgaters and Firefighters, they had a bus at 7 a.m., and they came through, and they also just, again, brought the energy at 4 and 5 a.m. Can't think of enough thankful to this guy.
3 a.m. I showed up at 3 a.m.
Yeah, he picked me back up early time at 3 a.m., so I just want to thank all the guys for showing up. Those are the highlights of seeing all these amazing baseball players come out and be amazing people for everyone to see and to do it for that amazing cause, raising $23,000 I just heard. 2.2 million likes on it just to show the support that we had, and 23,000 people watched over the course of 24 hours, which it's just absolutely dumbfounding to think about. And I just want to say thank you to everybody in Banana Land, thank you to all the teammates, all the players that showed up, thank you to the fans, and it was a great stream. We'll do it again soon.
That's what it's all about right there, Baber. Thank you so much.
Still dominant.
Yeah, dude, Fluky. Oh my gosh. Three innings shutty from the kid. Babes, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for doing it. Sounds like you got to run it back maybe 48 hours next year.
We'll talk about it. You
Okay.
know, that one scares me a little bit, but I know we have talked about doing it again because it went so amazing this time. I know it'll be even better next time.
Yeah, gotta happen. Hey, you're the man. Best of luck rest of the night. Thanks
Appreciate
for joining
you guys.
us.
Love you guys.
Love you too, babes. Let's get a quick look as we head to the fifth inning of what's going on up in Richmond, Virginia. The first ever Firefighters headlining game, the first time the Firefighters and Tailgaters do battle in Banana Ball history.
Yeah, definitely a very exciting game for both teams. A lot of pride on the line. You can even see the the Firefighters, I should say, introducing a new mascot into the fold as well.
Terrell Prime, the new man on the mound here in Savannah. He's got 9, 10, and 1. In the Animals lineup, Jacobo, Vivacis, and Hampton. And the former Rockies minor leaguer starting his evening with a 2-1 count. And soft contact out to left. Robert Anthony Cruz. A lot of action so far. Taking off the hat. Trying a backflip catch in the hat. It would have been one of the better trick plays in Banana Ball history, if not the best. But it ricochets off the cap. A for effort. That is a wild move.
Well, I'm just having a hard time understanding, without having the glove off of your hand and then using that hand to try and trap the ball in hat, how it even stays in there while you're in a backflip. Really respect the effort from Cruz, but I think it's definitely got a ways to go, but it can certainly be done as long as that ball is getting trapped in the glove while you're flipping.
That's thrilling stuff. Rack has already nailed a backflip catch tonight. Tried to up the ante. Kobo gets 2 bases on the trick play missed. It's only the 4th trick play missed in 34 opportunities on the year for Cruz. And 3 balls and a strike on the Animals' head honcho, Mike Vivacis, getting the start behind the dish, with Fluke getting the start on the bump. Cannot connect to the 2-seam fastball. Down is full. Good take by Vava. He'll earn the sprint, and Jacobo is going to come in and score from second while the Bananas get it to all 7 fielders behind the pitcher and catcher in short order. And after the Animals, with a trick play missed and an error in the bottom of the 4th, give the Bananas an opportunity to deny a point. Well, they take advantage of a trick play miss the other way. Get a run across. There's 1. There's 2. Cox goes behind the back with the transfer. 4-6-3 double play and a beauty.
Textbook defense from the Bananas. And again, you see just how good Ryan Cox is, and the reason he is leading this World Tour in trick plays. Practices just about every outcome to make sure that he can get the trick play regardless.
Waiting for Noah Fisher. He's somewhere. There he is. It's sneaker night, folks. Little Vanessa Hudgens for the people. Little Throwback Friday action. Fish rocking the sneakers, not rocking a jersey. Behind 0-1. Here's a look at some nice sneakers. Jake Skoll with some brand new cleats. He's actually wearing football cleats tonight. No stranger to those. Spent 4 years playing football up at UGA. It was after his 7-year minor league baseball career. And so far the cleats have done him well. 1 for 2, just like Fisher in front of him. Who evens up the count. Deuce is now wild here in the top of the 5th. This one towards the stands. Can the fans make a play? No, it's on top of the roof. Physically impossible. Another 2-2. Squib to first. The professor from EJ. Oh no, Prime was hot dogging over there. Fisher hustling the whole way. And what's the official scoring ruling on that? I think you might have to go single.
I think you've still got to go trick play missed.
I think it's on EJ though. We'll take a look at it again. I think he got interesting. I think it's a tough one to saddle EJ with a trick play missed on.
I think part of it isn't necessarily Prime hot dogging, but the fact that he probably expected between the legs and an unassisted try there from Jones Jr.
So a trick play miss from EJ. It's a tough one, but I completely get the reasoning. Pulled off a clean professor. Clean flip to Prime, but EJ, whoa, look out. He's gonna beat Skoll to the bag, whips that one between the legs, just in the nick of time. And redemption for Eric Jones Jr. That thing was hit a million miles an hour. He knocks it down, grabs the trick play, and we'll say goodbye to Andy Cosgrove. Hello to a replay. Holy moly, that got on Jones quickly.
Yeah, great reaction. And there you see at the last second, quick between the legs for Jones Jr. and gets that trick play. After all, number 50 on his 2025 campaign.
Down to Isaac. This is called Got Your Back.
We call this one Got Your Back. All right, on your marks, get set, go. All right, here we go. They are going, yep, you got to get the right boyfriend. All right, here we go. It looks like we have Holly and Tyler in the lead ever so slightly. Wow. All right, here we go. The wives are taking the lead. We got the ladies in the house. Here we go. Man, I'll tell you what, Sam. He's holding on to you right there. All right, here we go. Rounding over at third, picking up their ladies. Let's see who's going across the finish line, and it looks like we've got Sam and Maverick as tonight's champions.
I'll tell you what, EJ's got Primes back. Dalton Ponce going to be out for another inning of work. Look at Tyler Gillum, proud papa. Quick canter at him. He's going to say something. I think Gillum's about to say something. I wonder what it could be. That's what we call a tease in the business.
Now coming to bat, the world's tallest hitter, Dakota Stilts. Oh, Breton.
Well, if he's going to say anything, that's one of the best things that could come out of his mouth. The 8-year head coach of this Nanners squad announcing that the tallest man in all of sports will swing it against Dalton Ponce. Always a fun battle between these two. Ponce takes nothing off the fastball. That is gas high. And now this one fouled away, count 1-1.
And this is a matchup, as far as 2025 is concerned, that favors Dakota Stilts All-Britain. 2 for 3 against Dalton Ponce, with one down the left field line and the right field line.
That's why you see Ponce giving Stilts his A+ stuff. Baba running back towards the grandstand. It ends up bouncing off the grandstand. Gets the ricochet. Pretty nice snag. And we've got a 2-2 count. Another foul ball behind the dish. Savannah's going to watch this one sail towards the party plaza. Boy, I feel like we're back in Newport, Kentucky, with Mount Joy playing a little teenage dirtbag. Another chopper foul. It's got to be up there as far as covers for concerts. I saw Parcels cover it in Red Rocks last year.
Wow.
Yeah, it's back-to-back concerts.
Those are 2 bands.
Stilts! Laser beam! What a snag by Dalton Ponce. And he pulls off the Mario emote circa Super Smash Bros.
An out-of-ball Ponce, just pure natural reaction. It's in the glove before he even knew it. Stilts a tip of the cap, and Ponce, that signature thumbs up you got from Mario back in Super Smash.
And you got from Reese Alexiadis in Anaheim a few weeks ago. It's a Ponce 2-2. It'll be a 5-2-2 tonight. Second pitch to the second batter here in the bottom of the 5th. Danny Hosley takes a fastball wide, and the count is 2-0. Tequila. That just misses. Grayson Wheeler has had a very consistent strike zone here tonight. One of the best umpires we have in Banana Land. Players rave about him. Great at communicating with the guys. You can't find a guy who could do a better job. Always working on his craft, trying to get better. Players really appreciate that as well. And Hosley put up a good fight. Look at another payoff.
Well, it's back-to-back good fights. Stilts took Ponce 7 pitches. Now Hosley about to get a 7th from Ponce, and hoping somewhere along the way that maybe a mistake gets made as Ponce misses outside, and Hosley is off to the races, thinks about 2 for a split second, and then throws it in reverse. So no longer with a 50% rate of getting multiple bases on a ball for a sprint this year.
Danny Hosley coming into the night, 14.9% of his plate appearances ended in sprints. It's the second best percentage on the tour, only behind Kyle Jackson, who is on deck while Jackson Olsen digs in. And has a 1-1 count. These are 2 terrific friends doing battle here in a tying run at first. Jackie represents the inning-winning run. Can't catch up to the gas once again. Perfectly placed heater there by Ponce. Bouncer to the right side. Diving play, Dustin Baber from his knees over to first. Highway robbery. Slap a star on that in your scorebook at home.
The Party Animals have 3 trick plays in tonight's ball game, but they have flashed the leather all night long regardless. Great plays from Sal Jacobo. Ponce snares the liner to start the inning, and now Dustin Baber, a terrific play in shallow right field to rob Olsen of a knock.
Backdoor bender just misses to Kyle Jackson. Inning tying run now in scoring position. 2 balls, no strikes. On the man at the top of the order for the Nanners for the first time in his young banana ball career. AJ with 10 inning enders on the year. Had 3 last weekend in the 2-game set in Cincinnati. Ponce a strike away from punching. A point on the board for the Party Animals. The 2-2. Fouled away. KJ just got a piece. Ponce is a 5-pitch guy. They're all disgusting. He's got the 4-seam fastball through a sidearm 2-seam. Changeup, you saw a slider right there. He's got the big bender, the 12-6 curve. That one got a piece of Grayson Wheeler, our home plate umpire. He's going to shake it off.
Vava trying to massage him back to life just a little bit. Here, Delano coming to check on Mr. Wheeler for a second. And just a real pro move all around. Vivacis immediately getting up from behind home plate, taking a little time before delivering the ball back to Dalton Ponce. And it appears that Bryson, all good. Things about to resume with a 2-2 count on Kyle Jackson.
Let's do it again. This one softly hit, charging in. Reese Hampton sliding catch to win the inning and double the lead for the Party Animals. They are up 2-0, 5 innings in.
Well, Ponce has not allowed an earned run to the Bananas since the 12th of April here in Grayson Stadium. With the 1-run lead here, he has phenomenal defense. Help him hold this lead up and extend it for the Animals.
Ponce would have had 2 points earned in 2 innings pitched if not for the unearned run in the 4th. But 2 innings tossed without an earned run after 4 straight last weekend in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Ponce is in his zone, and the Animals up 2-0 as we bring it up to the booth with Josh Talevsky, Biko Scala, an old tradition here on this Big Tiger Friday. Let's do some BTV fan mail. This one comes all the way from Switzerland. I mean, are you kidding me? Shout out Mia from across the pond. No surprise, Mia's favorite player. Josh, you want to take a guess?
Kyle Jackson, perhaps?
That's a fact. Now, really, really impressive handwriting. Unfortunately, too long for us to read on this broadcast we have here. But the crux of it is we will do our best to get Kyle Jackson. See if we can send something over to Switzerland from you, Mia. I don't know what it will be yet, but thank you so much for writing us. I know KJ always appreciates the love and support down on the field, and we will let him know that he has a diehard fan over in Europe.
And she also sent some bands in the mail as well for Kyle Jackson. We're going to get those down to him as well.
Boom.
Hopefully he'll wear those during a ball game. Yeah, a healthy amount. We really appreciate you watching regardless of the time out there. Just a really cool thing. And she even said she hopes to be on a Banana Land at Sea cruise someday. So we would love to see her there as well.
You folks see the stamps on this? It costs $420 whatever the currency is.
Good.
In Switzerland. Helveta, the Swiss micro nature, I think those are just descriptions on the stamp. Neither of those.
That might be the font. No, stamp shouldn't have a font.
Shout out font-themed stamps. I love it. We appreciate the mail. Always great to hear from our international friends. 4, 5, and 6 in the order for the Party Animals here in the 6th. And Andy Cosgrove on a hop. KJ ready to rumble between the legs, right on cue. And EJ not able to pick him up at first. Cosgrove going for 2, he'll get him. On the trick play missed from Kyle Jackson. Trying to add a little something extra special for Mia from Switzerland. And EJ not able to scoop him on the other side of the diamond.
Well, that's now the 4th trick play missed in the ball game for the Savannah Bananas. A unusually tough night for them defensively, and not the start that they were looking for. Already down 2 points here in the top of the 6th.
It was an unearned run in the 5th inning that Corel Prime gave up. Turned into the 2nd point of the ball game for the Party Animals. It was on a trick play missed on a backflip hat catch attempt from Robert Anthony Cruz in left. Cosgrove has now reached all 3 times in this ball game. Last time he reached was also on a trick play miss. Boy, that took a weird hop on EJ. The flip is going to be over the head of the 6'5" Corel Prime. I would wager that's probably an infield single. Your official scoring decision? John, you're shaking your head.
No, not only an infield single, that is hit number 200 in the career of Tanner Thomas. A big congratulations to him. Now men on the corner for the Animals. But first, time for a beer chug.
Dustin Baber is the man for the job. Minimal spillage with the beer bat. I certainly would not do any better myself. And runners at the corners for our man who is mic'd up in the bottom of the 4th. We got a sac fly in the 2nd, which ended up being the inning-winning run. He flew out in the top of the 4th. The fans want donuts. The visitors on hand, cheering along with them. And this should be another sac fly. Alexiadis does have a cannon. He will fire it home. Cosgrove tagging, and it's going to be cut off by EJ. Baber once again does the job. The 2nd run driven in on the ball game, and the Party Animals once again capitalizing on a Bananas defensive miscue. I'm going to guess that's Mark Smith playing the role of the zebra. We had, I think it was Tennessee, a zebra was loose for over a week recently and then got airlifted in a helicopter. I mean, just a classic. What's that guy going to tell his friends when he gets back to the animal sanctuary, you know? It's just, what an experience for a zebra.
Well, I know he was a frog a couple weekends ago on the headlining tour for the Party, and I think he's just trying to reach every group of the animal kingdom this season.
Look out! Jason Swan has to hit the dirt.
This makes you wonder why guys like Peter Holden were the fish earlier in the year with that synchronized swimming experience.
That's right. I think it's before. Let's see. Catches on down there. I think we lost audio for a little bit, so you didn't get to hear me say that Mark Smith's new nickname should be Zark. It's a real zinger.
Zebra Mark. For all of you guys trying to do the math.
Thank you for the explainer there. Swanee will take the sprint. He's on base for the 3rd time in the ball game. Going to be content with 1 base on it. Good defense by the Nanners. Thomas goes first to 3rd. And the Animals set up for some more offense. Still only 1 out. And now Grayson Bloomer coming up to the plate.
Well, so far this season, Corel Prime has been much better pitching in relief this year. A 4.91 earned run average, 4-minute and 15-second MPI and over a 2-to-1 strikeout to ball four sprint ratio as a reliever as well. But already with 2 ball four sprints in this contest as Bloomer rockets this one to short, but right into the glove of Ryan Cox. Perfect time for an out like that for Prime. The runners stay put at the corners.
You live by the barrel, you die by the barrel. Big second out for the Bananas. There goes Swan. And not a good pitch to throw on for Bill Leroy. Swanee had an excellent jump, a perfect 5 for 5 in his stolen base tries this year. Now 2 men in scoring position. Prime laughing after Swanee's unique lead off of second base. That one just misses. Above the letters, 2 balls and a strike on Sal Jacobo. Struck out his first time. He reached on a trick play, missed an inning ago, came around to score what was the inning-winning run in the 5th inning.
And again, the tough aspect for Prime, each of the sprints he surrendered have come with the men in scoring position. He's really got to dial in this battle against Jacobo.
2-2. Flipped into right. Alexiadis moseying over. And there is the 3rd out. Prime strands a pair of party animals in scoring position, but allows another unearned run with the defense failing him for a second straight frame. Bananas need 1 run to tie this inning and deny the party animals a 3rd point. We'll see if it happens after the player dance. Superb work from Maceo with Philly, Niz, Big Arch, and Donnie as his supporting cast. Jake Skoll and the Party Animals lead 2-0, and they lead the 6th inning by a run. Dalton Pomps was able to make 1 run, stand up for a point in the 5th inning, trying to repeat that performance.
He's got 13 holds in 17 opportunities this year for the Party Animals, and he has more holds with 1-run leads than he does with multiple runs of support in innings. So Ponce really good at bearing down when he has to. But he does have a tricky spot in the order. 2, 3, and 4 due up as Brett Helton is juggling. My goodness, that is terrifying.
Well, that was some.
Now I kind of like it when he winks.
That was some SNY caliber cinematography right there. I mean, the drama. Healthy swing and a miss at the 2-seamer from DR Meadows. 2, 3, and 4 in the order. Nanners need some offense. My goodness, that's not going to do it. Tanner Thomas lining this up. He's going to try to pull off a 360 reverse behind the back grab. Funky shoulder. Would have been a brand new trick play. It would have been stupendous. It clanks off the glove though. And we'll get another look. Yeah, I mean, that would have been ridiculous. We've seen Kyle Jackson pull off some similar plays at first. Oh, DR got a killer jump. He'll steal 3rd without a throw. And Tanner tried to pull that off in Grand Rapids last weekend as well. So far, 0 for 2. It's a beauty. Robert Anthony Cruz says, give me the opportunity. I'm going to bring him in. He is red hot. 1 for 2 with the double yesterday. Now 2 for 3 with 2 laser beams to right here tonight. And the 6th inning tied at a run each.
Well, fortunately for Cruz, amidst his skid that's been going on since the middle of April, he has still been phenomenal when guys have been in scoring position. He's at least getting those hits when they really mean the most. And he does so here in the 6th as the aggressive try for Tanner trying to up the level of difficulty does not pay off.
Reese Alexiadis, 2-run walk-off homer. Absolute annihilation from Super Reese. And the Party Animals lead cut in half.
In just a minute and 25 seconds, the Bananas are able to get their first point of the ball game against the Party Animals. Reese, the first man to double digits in the home run department. Now it looks like we've got some special stuff from Ty Jackson in the gang.
Let's get it down to SB. He's got Reese.
Yeah, Biko, Josh. Hey, Reese, fun fact, first Banana to double-digit home runs. How do we feel about that?
Feel good. Just thankful for the opportunity to get a strike.
Guys, a humble champion, our superhero in Banana Land. Biko, Josh.
Thank you, Mr. Bauman. Reese Alexiadis, that guy is built different. We'll talk more about that in a minute. It's a 2-1 game. We've got 3 innings to go. Let's watch the blindfolded pillow fight.
Oh, they don't know where to go. They're fighting air. You gotta feel something. You gotta don't hit me, boy. You better watch out, boy. I don't got no pillow, but I'll hit you, boy. Hey, watch out. Okay, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Go. Couple seconds. Keep swinging. They're going for the big body. Oh my goodness. Stop. Hey, boy, you better watch out, boy. All right, so do you guys think it is contestant number 1? Do you think it's contestant number 2? What about contestant number 3? Or contestant number 4? Make some noise for Davis. He is our blindfolded pillow fight champion.
Impressive work from that rapscallion. Now Gage Voorhees, the second guy out of the pen for the Bananas as we head to the 7th.
This is the 3rd time this year that he's pitching in back-to-back ball games for the Bananas. He owns a 1-3 record entering tonight, and yesterday surrendered 3 hits and 2 runs, one of which was unearned. The earned run average is at 7.45 entering tonight, but there is still plenty of time for Voorhees to turn his rookie campaign around.
One-two count on Mike Vivacis. Gage messing with timing, yanks it wide though. Vava in the 10-hole. Lifts this one in the infield. Gage is gonna lay down as EJ takes control. Big first out for Voorhees as he now has to set his sights on the top of the lineup. Reese Hampton, a sprint sandwiched in between a strikeout and ground out tonight. Nice backdoor bender in there for strike 1. Voorhees a 5-pitch guy. Now ahead 0-2. 4-seam, 2-seam fastball. The knuckle curve, slider, and change. Fastball nowhere near the zone. Off the end of the bat. Hampton can fly. Cox still able to pull off the trick play. Between the legs transfer. Nobody does it like the glove magician.
No problem whatsoever for Ryan Cox. Now with 3 trick plays in the ball game for the Bananas. Charging and having no problem whatsoever with a quick transition there.
Looks like we have a surprise pitcher for the Bananas. That is literally the best surprise guest that could have come through the outfield wall. Chills up here in the booth. Banana Land's Big Maple. Ryan Kellogg cleared to pitch. And this is news to us in the booth. I mean, I am gobsmacked. What a special surprise.
It's just unbelievable to see Ryan Kellogg enter this game for the Savannah Bananas. The lefty, a big member of this team since he debuted for them in Rickwood Field in 2023, was an anchor in the rotation a year ago. And you get a look at the number second on the team in innings pitched. And one of the most respected guys in that clubhouse for all of the pitchers on the Bananas, and even some that have played for the Party Animals or the Firefighters. They all love going to Ryan Kellogg to get pitching advice from somebody who made it up to AAA in the Chicago Cubs organization.
The pride of Whitby, Ontario, out of the Great White North. The 6'6" southpaw, making his 2025 tour debut, as there are tears in the eyes of Ty Jackson over in the Bananas dugout. Kellogg quickly ahead 0-2. Out of Arizona State, 7 years of minor league baseball experience, from the Atlantic League to Banana Land. And he's back to pounding the zone. Five-pitch mix, fastballs in the upper 80s. And a great battle for his first duel of the year. Noah Fisher continuing to spoil two-strike offerings, and a leaping grab. Robert Anthony Cruz cleans it up. Ty Jackson jumping into the arms of Ryan Kellogg, and a huge reception for a beloved Banana as he gets his man in his tour debut.
Swarmed by his teammates once again. One of the more heartwarming moments that we've seen on this year's World Tour, and a pretty unbelievable catch from Robert Anthony Cruz as well.
We need to hear from the man himself, and for that we'll get it on down to Sam Bauman.
Biko, Josh, the biggest surprise ever in Banana Land. First off, Ryan Kellogg, what the heck are you doing here?
Here to play some banana ball.
Kellogg, what does it mean to be back here on this field and see the love of the guys as you ran out of center field?
It means a lot. I mean, these guys mean a ton to me, and to be able to be here and surprise them and see their genuine excitement just as much as it means to them as it means to me, it's pretty special.
How did you keep this secret? I had no idea. Biko and Josh had no idea.
I just tried not to tell anybody. I worked with Franj, so if you're going to blame anybody for lying, I'm going to blame him. And yeah, just tried not to answer too many questions.
Ryan Kellogg, the greatest gift we've got here. Go celebrate with your boys. Biko, Josh, what the heck? This is awesome.
Thank you.
Some would say this is awesome sauce.
Well, all of a sudden, it feels like the momentum might be going in the Savannah Bananas' favor. They had 3 runs off of Dalton Ponce last inning. Now, all of a sudden, you know, the vibes are high, seeing Ryan Kellogg enter the game, come into pitch. This could be what they need to try and mount a rally against the Party Animals and win the game, as Nate Tellier is on the hill for the Animals, coming off the fastest inning of his banana ball career yesterday, a 1-minute and 6-second inning, tied for the 12th fastest in banana ball history.
Flash the kid in the comment sections as Akobo whips it between the legs. Over to first, takes care of Dan Oberst. After the Bananas unveil a huge addition to their pitching staff, another former minor leaguer to join that pen. The Party Animals turn to one of their former minor leaguers in the bullpen. Nate Tellier tossed a scoreless inning an evening ago, the 12th fastest frame in banana ball history at that. with 3 trick plays behind him. And another slow roller. Jacobo back between the legs. And behind the back, Jason Swan at first. A double trick play and a doozy. Tellier's gotten 5 outs across these 2 games, all of them trick plays.
Jacobo nice and easy. Jason Swan just as nonchalant over at first base. Now the last 5 outs that Tellier has induced have come with at least 1 trick play. And great job by the bat boy collecting that piece of lumber from Bill Leroy.
Eric Jones Jr., a battle between former minor leaguers. Ahead 2 balls and no strikes. That one ricochets off the glove of Vivacis. So tough for hitters. When balls aren't in the dirt, you just never expect it to get past the catcher. So EJ never thought about first. I don't blame him. He's also ahead 3 balls and no strikes. He's the Bananas' all-time leader in home runs. And is 1 fell swoop away from tying this game if he connects on a ball. Fastball makes it 3-1. Another heater. There's the healthy hack. Fouled back, though. Tellier's been doing an excellent job of getting back in these counts. Loses EJ, though. Doesn't bite on the high heat. And the Animals with great sprint defense, able to hold Jones Jr. to 1 base. The inning winning run aboard. The baton pass to Ryan Cox.
And the Bananas going to their designated runner for a 2nd time in tonight's ball game. Ty Jackson now stands at first base.
Peter just misses. Cox ahead 1-0. 1 for 1 with a single. He was pinch hit for by Dakota Stiltz-Albert in his last time through the order. This one flipped, shallow left center. Jacobo can't get to it. It's gonna fall in there, and Ty aggressive base running. Pressure burst pipes, he's going home! Throw from Baber, not in time, Ty Jackson! Electric factory! Scores from first on a single, and this game is tied.
Tanner cannot believe that Ty Jackson never stopped running for the Savannah Bananas. He's always been a spark plug, and he showed you why just there. Green light base running at its finest, knotted at 2 through 7.
Coxey with his 15th walk-off on the year. Let's get another look at Ty. Boy, what a slide into third. Avoids Mark Cole, the third base umpire. Head first into the dish, and we are tied with 2 innings to play as the Banana Nanas dance down on the field. The Banana Nanas in prime form tonight. And boy, this Banana squad showing some fight. Down 2-0. Walk-offs in the 6th and 7th were knotted at 2, and they turned to Austin Krasminski to try to hold the line.
Surprising to see Krasminski entering here in the 8th for the Bananas. They've definitely had a little bit of a tough time with Krem pitching on back-to-back ball games. Now it appears they want him to try and cover the last 2 innings of this game, but each of his last 2 appearances have been hitless innings for the former Cubs and Angels minor leaguer. And both of the sub-2-minute innings that he's thrown in his career have occurred here in Grayson Stadium.
Slow tapper, foul. 0-2 count on Jake Skoll, 3, 4, and 5. Heart of the order here for the Animals. The almighty Andy Cosgrove on deck. Tanner Thomas in the hole. Who you know wants some lightning off the bat. After Ty Jackson was able to score the hustle walk-off run with Tanner lobbing a ball into second after Ty cruised into third to win the 7th inning. And Tanner, for his troubles, has barreled up 5 straight banana balls going back to yesterday's ball game. Another 0-2. That ball demolished, but straight to Alexiadis, leaping grab. Well struck by Skoll, nice snag by Super Reese, 1 down.
That is a fantastic leaping grab from Reese Alexiadis. Well struck off the bat of Jake Skoll, but that's how he earned the nickname Super Reese. Not only his abilities with the bat, but the way in which he can play all 3 positions in right field. And interestingly enough, Pico, both games right now in the 8th inning, and the Bananas Party Animals knotted at 2 points apiece. So are the Firefighters and Tailgaters.
In breaking news, well, not so breaking, it happened an inning or 2 ago, but out of Richmond, Virginia, they just broke the Banana Ball record for foul outs to fans in the first ever Firefighters versus Texas Tailgaters game. And this sport is the gift that just keeps on giving. We go to the bottom of the 8th in Richmond, top of the 8th here in Savannah. Oh, strike 3, boy. That was an inch or 2 off the plate. Good frame by Bill Leroy. And Austin Krasminski thrilled to get the call.
Yeah, the only difficult part is Andy Cosgrove, typically the Party Animals catcher, has not seen time behind the plate tonight, so isn't as aware of Bryson Wheeler's strike zone as he normally would be. That's why you see one of those rare strikeouts looking for the Animals' extra hitter.
Tanner Thomas, if it's fair, it's gone. Foul. Boy, an ambush on that 0-1 Austin Krasminski heater, one of the harder throwers in Banana Land, low to mid-90s. And Tanner just a hair early on that one. It was smoke.
And it nearly made up for the double clutch in left field and the slow relay in against Ty Jackson. Nonetheless, we've seen Tanner striking the ball incredibly well in this series so far and fights off a good pitch from Krasminski, still down 0-2.
His last 2 at-bats yesterday, lineouts. Today, 2 for 3 with a lineout. He is scolding banana balls. And seeing the ball well, didn't even think about that fastball. From battling sand gnats on the mound. Another fastball, pretty similar spot. And Deuce is now wild here in the top of the 8th. Well struck once again, Tanner Thomas. Wow, this kid is on a tear. 1 hop off the wall, and he coasts into second with a double. Now 3 for 4 on the night. Just continues to punish balls.
Started behind in the count, 0-2. It did not matter whatsoever for Tanner Thomas. Each of the first 2 hits going over to the right side of the diamond, and now he flashes the oppo pop as well with the double in left center, setting up an opportunity for Dustin Baber with 2 sac flies, 2 RBIs tonight.
Bill Leroy telling Austin Krasminski, me and you, baby. Let's lock in here. Back up the middle, Dustin Baber comes through in the clutch. Tanner getting the windmill, DR bobbles the ball. Throw is offline, not in time either way. Baber comes through. Big piece of 2-out hitting. His 3rd run driven in of the ball game. And the Animals with a chance to jump back out in front.
In the late stages of the game, much like you see Jake Skull getting those extra bases on ball 4 sprints, you'll get extra aggressive sends from the man coaching third base. Here in the 8th, it's Anthony Coramato, and he also got some help of the fact that that banana ball took an extra friendly bounce off of the AstroTurf that Meadows couldn't handle, that just made it easier for Tanner Thomas to score.
Bouncer foul. The ball's in 2 strikes on Jason Swan. A double, a single, and a sprint. Yet to be retired in this ball game. Swanee flicks this out to right. Alexiadis will grab it, but not after a 2-out double from Tanner Thomas. A single right after it from Dustin Baber. And the Party Animals continue to apply the pressure. If they can get a 0 in the bottom of the 8th, they will be back out in front. Let's get it down to Princess Potasio.
Yes, everyone on their feet. It is time to light up the sky and sing A Little Yellow. Sing it loud, Savannah, Georgia. And what was it called? We love you so much, Banana Nation, and my friend Morgan has something to say too. Go Banana!
Always fun to turn our 99-year-old ballpark yellow. This is year 100 for historic Grayson Stadium. And what a ball game here in the 2nd of 3 between the Bananas and Party Animals this weekend. The last 3 games the Animals play in Savannah. After tonight, only 3 more games on the year between the Bananas and Party Animals before the Tour Championship. And it's up to Jake Lialios to try and put up a 0 and give the boys in black and pink another lead.
This is one of the biggest moments of Jake Lialios' 2025 season. The numbers have dipped off quite a bit for Lialios over the past month and a half. He's allowed multiple runs in 4 of his last 5 outings. 25% of the total hits he's allowed have been home runs this year, but his 5.3 ball 4 sprint percentage is the 3rd lowest mark on the Party Animals, and it's hard contact immediately, but Hampton moves back in to grab the first out of the 8th off the bat of Danny Hosley.
Jackson Olsen 0 for 2 on the ball game. Will try his luck against the Tucson, Arizona native. Off the end of the bat, Bloomer backhanded between the legs, on the run. Not in time. Olsen legs it out. I would wager an infield single.
I think being such a slow roller as well off of the bat. Yeah, quick exchange. Pretty much as quick as possible for Bryson Bloomer. There's a little hesitation you see before he throws it over, but right. I think I'm still okay with the single in this scenario.
So the inning tying run aboard. Kyle Jackson represents the inning winning run. And we're going to get a second. Party Animals 2-2-2. We had Ponce in the 5th. Now Lialios here in the 8th. Double duty for the boys in black and pink. Jacobo, Baber, and Hampton with a healthy share of boogieing well in the field here tonight. 2 balls, no strikes on KJ. 0 for 3 here in his banana ball debut as a leadoff hitter. Make it a 3-0 count. This is a guy up there always thinking about what's best for the team. You know he would love a ball 4 sprint. He's going to make Lialios earn this. That one scrapes the bottom of the zone. K-Jack thought he had it. Still his count, though. Three-1. Big swing and a miss. Count is full. Nice 2-seam action on the heater from Lialios. He's got the 12-6 curveball, changeup, and cutter as well. See what he goes to on the payoff. Sticks with the gas. Big punch out.
Unbelievable battle back from Jake Lialios. Jackson having a very uncharacteristic night, 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. But DR Meadows right behind him, such an elite contact hitter, dribbles this one past the glove of Sal Jacobo and keeps a rally alive for the Bananas in the 8th.
Great effort by Sal Jacobo, who's been putting on a defensive clinic here tonight. And the big 12-6 curve from Lialios. Robert Anthony Cruz. A 1-1 count. That one just misses below the knees. Back up the middle. Lialios snares it. Underhand flip. And he strands a pair. Well, putting the Party Animals back in front, they lead 3-2 going to our final frame.
That was an inning of grit from Jake Lialios. Big punch out of Kyle Jackson and fielding his position. This comebacker right to him and nothing tricky whatsoever. Animals trying to grab a 10th straight victory in Grayson.
Lialios, a converted catcher to pitcher, showing off the hands on the bump. This is what it means to be in our 9th and final frame. Every run scored will count as a point, and if we're tied at the end of it, we'll go to tiebreaker showdowns.
Party Animals are going to be sending 8, 9, and 10 up to the plate here in the 9th inning. Even though they are up 1 point in the ball game, you're looking for insurance. And so I would not be surprised if they utilize the golden batter with one of Bloomer, Jacobo, or Mike Vivacis, trying to see if they can turn things back over to the top of the lineup.
The Savannah Bananas have not seen showdowns since May 4th here in Grayson Stadium. A game they lost 2-1 to the Party Animals. The Animals have won 9 straight here in Savannah, where they are 14-4 on the year. They would love some insurance. They were up 1-0. They were up 2-0. The Anners battled back. Now the Party Animals lead 3-2 and send up the bottom 3 in the order. Bryson Bloomer ahead 1-0. Sal Jacobo on deck. Mike Vivacis in the hole.
We also mentioned in yesterday's show that the Bananas are just 1 for 4 in save opportunities here in Grayson Stadium. This, of course, not a save opportunity for Austin Krasminski, but nonetheless, it really shows the Animals a dangerous team in the final inning of play. Bloomer records the first out of the 9th. Cox with a bounce between the legs transition and his 116th trick play of the year.
5 trick play night for the Glove Magician. As Achuff takes a heater at the knees. 0 for 3 with the bat, but he's left his imprint on the game defensively. One of the best catches of the year back in the second inning in foul territory. A flurry of trick plays. He showed off the range as well, robbed Kyle Jackson of a hit in the third. Such a valuable guy, normally off the bench for this Party Animals squad. He's going to be getting a lot of starts over the next 2+ months. 2-2 here. Man, he's a tough cookie right now. Floats this one foul down the right field side, not caught by the fans. Great battle here between Achuff and Krasminski.
Achuff 0 for 3 against Krasminski in his banana ball career, but hoping to see if the tides might turn as he awaits a 7th pitch. And Bryson Wheeler rings him up. Nicks the very bottom of the strike zone, according to the home plate umpire, and Jacobo with some choice words for Wheeler.
Hitting in the place of number 7, Mike Vavasis. Please welcome to the plate, Jake Skull.
Well, this is a no-brainer. Mike Vavasis pinch hit Skull for himself. The best hitter in banana ball this year gets another golden batter opportunity.
Batting .286 as the golden batter this year with 3 ball 4 sprints. He's also gone deep against Austin Krasminski twice this season, and one of them came here in Grayson Stadium. This is definitely the best plan of attack they could have gone to.
And Skull was the first to face Krem when he came in the 8th. Smoked the ball nearly to the wall and right. Alexiadis made a nice jumping catch on it. 2 balls and no strikes. That's a great pitch to get Krem back in the count. Party Animals dugout was barking at Bryson Wheeler after the Achuff strikeout looking. They thought it was well below the knees. Bananas dugout was jarring back at them. Noah Nisnik asking for a technical to be assessed. 3-1, and it's going to be a leaping grab by Jackson Olsen. A soft liner puts an end to a 1-2-3 top of the 9th. And the Nanners just need 1 in the bottom half to tie this game, 2 to win it.
After having a tricky 8th inning, great rebound from Austin Krasminski. A trick play, a strikeout, a lineout, and a 2-minute and 51-second inning as the Bananas will see if they can get some 9th inning magic back in their home confines.
Here comes one of the best pitchers in the sport. Drew Gillespie was able to notch his tour-leading 12th save yesterday, but did allow a run. Things got sketchy. Runners were on the corners. The game's tying run was on first. Kyle Jackson, the golden batter, the game's winning run was at the dish. It was an epic battle, as we've gotten used to, between Gillespie and KJ, before he lined out to a leaping grab from Salvador Achuff. Drew has no wiggle room tonight, just a 1-point advantage as he looks to make it back-to-back saves.
This is his 30th overall game on tour, but his 10th straight for the Party Animals. He is leading the team with a 3-minute and 56-second average minutes per inning mark, 12 saves in 15 opportunities. He has a 2.12 earned run average at Grayson Stadium this year. He sits 2 strikeouts away from 100 in his prolific banana ball career. And on top of all that, he hasn't allowed a ball 4 sprint since May 10th in Nashville, Tennessee.
The Bananas have 4, 5, and 6. Reese Alexiadis, Dan Oberst, Bill Leroy. And they still have their golden batter. Alexiadis launched the ball to the left field landing his last time. A 2-run homer. Walked off the 6th inning. Gave the Bananas their first point of the ball game. A ball and a strike on him here. Big swing and a miss. Gillespie back ahead. And that is another flail and a miss. Beautiful bender from Drew. He starts his night with a K.
The entire plan of attack there for Reese Alexiadis was try and leave the yard, and you see it on this final swing. That swing gets so long, and Gillespie went to one of the benders. Reese way out in front of it, had really no shot of putting that one in play. And I'll tell you right now, that bender is working wonders for Drew Gillespie. Getting the first pitch strike, now he comes back with another strike on the outside corner.
Goes back to the curveball. Oberst does not offer up. 1-2 on the Nanners DH. Fouls it away. Nice fastball in on the hands. Dan 0 for 3 on the ball game. Did reach on a trick play missed in the 4th. Scored a run that denied the Party Animals a point. Off the end of the bat, Gillespie hopping off the mound. 2 down. Nanners have 1 out to play with.
The Savannah Bananas are electing to use their golden batter. Hitting in the place of number 1, Bill Leroy. Making his way to the plate. Please welcome number 6, Ryan Cox.
This is a fascinating managerial decision by Tyler Gillum. He goes to Ryan Cox, who is 2 for 2 on the night with what was a game-tying walk-off single in the 7th. A guy who only has 2 home runs on the year, but if he reaches base, Eric Jones Jr. will swing it with a chance to win the game.
Here's the thing, he's only struck out 3 times this year. He's 7 for 14 against Drew Gillespie. Had an opposite field double in yesterday's contest. You're trying to set up a situation where Cox gets on and EJ comes up right after him, tries to swing for the fences and win the game just like that.
The Bananas down to their final strike. The 1-2. Did he go? No. Third base umpire Mark Cole says Cox was able to hold up. Perfectly placed fastball from Gillespie. The 2-2. Goes to the bender, called strike 3. Drew Gillespie with a 1-2-3, bottom of the 9th. And it is 10 straight wins for the Party Animals here in Grayson Stadium. Absolute dominance from the boys in black and pink.
Unbelievable stuff from the Party Animals once again. They have still lost just 4 games to the Bananas here in Grayson Stadium in 2025. And even when it looked like the Nanners might be rallying with what we saw from Ryan Kellogg, Ty Jackson and company, they respond with 2 key knocks in the 8th inning with 2 outs. The Tanner Thomas double, the Dustin Baber single, and that propels them to another victory against the Savannah Bananas.
Drake Toll will be grabbing the showman of the night to hear from one of the heroes from this Party Animal squad in just a minute. They are now 28-16 on the tour, 12 games above 500.
And not only did that strikeout from Drew Gillespie nail down the win for the Party Animals, he wound up with the 100th of his career.
Pretty poetic as the Party Animals strike a pose, and they will go for the sweep tomorrow night. Up in Richmond, Virginia, the Texas Tailgaters took down the Firefighters 3-1. Here in Savannah, it's a 3-2 victory for the Party Animals, and we'll get it on down to Drake Toll.
Drew, we'll start with you, then Jason Swan, our showman of the night. You've done it again. That's 10 in a row in Savannah against the Bananas.
If you see our guys, man, you see what we go through on a day-to-day basis just together. This season's a grind, and to get to share a locker room with these guys is a blessing every day we show up to work. To get to work for a guy like Mike Vavaesis is just incredible. We all have such an incredible time together, and you're seeing that on the field. It's just a bunch of guys that really love each other, playing for each other out there, and I mean the work's paying off. And when they call me to do my job, I'm going to go do it for my boys, and that's our only mission out here is to do it for each other. And when we win, we go celebrate with each other. That's what we're going to go do right now.
Drew, they called you to shut the door, and that's exactly what you did.
Come on now, it's always closed.
It's the showman of the night, Jason Swan. Your bat was hot tonight. Everybody, explain to me, Drew just tried to 10 in a row in Savannah against those guys. You've just got their number.
Oh, yeah. We come out with fire from the start to the finish. Everybody picking up each other, battling hard for my man Chase right there. Come out with this dub. Good game.
I know yesterday was tough, that noon game. Everything's just weird on both sides. Tonight, the energy was back. It felt like the guys were on the green the entire game. The energy level, is this as high as you've seen it as a party animal?
Oh, yeah. Yesterday's game fueled us with all the adversity that we had to go through, but we stuck together and then came out on top, brought that energy to today, and came out on top again. Got to sweep tomorrow. Let's do it.
Where are the brooms right now, and are they ready for tomorrow at 7 Eastern?
Oh, they're ready, baby, right at 9.
It's Jason Swan. You're showing the night. Swanee, congrats.
Baby. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Josh Biko. Another one. Party on.
Hey, party on, Drake. Thank you, Swanee and Gillespie, for the time and insight. Always great to hear from those guys. Jason Swan starting to rack up some Showman of the Night awards here on his third World Tour. Here are the numbers behind a 10th straight win in historic Grayson Stadium for the Party Animals over the Savannah Bananas.
Again, the Party Animals got the rally in the late stages this ballgame when they really needed it, but throughout the contest, Jason Swan was consistent, much like he has been all season for this team. The offense, again, phenomenal for Swanee. You mentioned he tied Reese Hampton for the tour lead in doubles. Wound up getting a big knock against Cowboy Kyle in the second inning of play, and an RBI to boot with that. Added on a single in the fourth inning for the Party Animals. And of course, the patience we've seen all season has been unbelievable. Drew the sprint and was phenomenal defensively, holding down the first base position, making some great plays in foul territory too. But the piece de resistance would have to be the trick play that he had, the behind-the-bat catch, combining on a double trick play with Sal Jacobo.
Jason Swan continues to age like a fine wine here in Bananaland. I mean, the guy just continues to get better and better and better each and every day out there at the yard. And now his Party Animals are going for a sweep tomorrow night as we welcome you back inside the booth with Josh Chalevsky, Biko Scala. Thank you all so much for spending your Big Tiger Friday with us here in virtual Bananaland. The Nanners trying to avoid a sweep tomorrow night. The Party Animals trying to keep this train rolling. They are now 12 games above 500. 8 games better in the season series than the Bananas, with only 3 to play, including tomorrow night, and then just 2 in St. Louis. I mean, it's tough to say anything more about this Party Animals squad. They're as good as any team we have seen in the World Tour era.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I think the best word to describe them, at least tonight, was that this is a really gritty team. I mean, you think about it, the Bananas had a lot of momentum going. Ryan Kellogg comes in to pitch. Ty Jackson really shows you something with the aggressive base running, and you think all of a sudden this team's going to scrap their way to a win against the Party Animals. But they didn't get themselves down. They did not allow that to affect them whatsoever. They respond in the 8th inning with 2 two-out knocks against Austin Krasminski and tally that go-ahead run and point that propels them to the win. And I mean, another difference for them this year is just the difference the bullpen has made. The bullpen is so much more improved as opposed to last season. But like often we saw the Party Animals jumping out to early leads, much like we've seen this season, but at the end of ball games really give it away to the Savannah Bananas. They have shored that up so much, just feels like there's a bunch of dogs in the back end of that bullpen. Drew Gillespie especially, who are able to hold leads when they really need them to the most, and that's a key reason why they are now 12 games over 500.
That's right. You also tip your cap to Jake Lialios tonight, who puts up that big 0 in the bottom of the 8th inning, earns that 3rd point, which ends up being the winner for the Party Animals. We will have extended pregame coverage tomorrow night, little Saturday evening banana ball action. And as I said, I just think it bears repeating. There are only 3 games left this year between the Bananas and Party Animals. This Nanners team has to find a way to beat the Party Animals, especially here in Grayson ahead of the Tour Championship in October.
I think everything you do tomorrow is just to try and experiment. You've got to take a couple risks out there on the diamond to see if you can find any way to beat the Party Animals here in Grayson Stadium before the Tour Championship, or else it is really going to feel like a lopsided matchup if we see those two teams pitted against each other in October.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Party Animals, impressive 3-2 win tonight. They did it for Chosen. It is so tough to be without one of the most exciting players in this sport, one of the best players we've seen. Another guy who is at the peak of his powers, just continues to get better and better every time. But he is in amazing hands with Francis and Casey and all of our athletic trainers here in Banana Land. I know Chase Achuff will be back before we know it. And for now, Sal Jacobo, an excellent first night in his stead at shortstop. Defensively was stupendous tonight. We will see if the Party Animals can follow it up tomorrow night or if the Nanners can bounce back and salvage a game out of their final 3-game set against the Animals here in Savannah this year. A big shout out to our entire cast and crew when it comes to the BTV World. Camera operators, incredible. The folks in the control room, great once again. This broadcast was directed by Chad Reese, produced by Clayton Franklin. A big thanks to Sam Bauman and Drake Tolldown on the field. Josh Tolevsky up here in the booth. Biko Scala saying so long for now. We will see you tomorrow night where the Nanners try and break this streak. The Party Animals try to make it 11 straight. Until then, we will see you